everybody, what's going on? Jerome here, and welcome back to another awesome mod showcase. Today we have for you guys the More Food mod, which adds in tons of awesome new types of food, as well as stovetops, and even some jam and drinks as well, like some wine or cider, depending on what you're looking at. And it also adds in 3 different crops, some really cool hedges that can make your house look that much more beautiful, and a lot of really cool things. But I gotta ask Mini Bacca, what are we doing here? Like, why'd you choose food today? Well, Jerome, I mean, it's pretty simple. I was really hungry, and I wanted to get this cup of hot chocolate, and so I did. I mean, alright, I mean, I guess that's as good a reason as any of them, right? I mean, who doesn't like some hot chocolate? Oh no, Jerome, I don't actually eat the hot chocolate. I just like to hold it in my hand. It makes me look sophisticated. Bach, I think you're thinking about coffee, not hot chocolate. No, Jerome, it definitely is hot chocolate. Oh. Alrighty, bud. You got it there, bud. Well, anyway, we're gonna get back on this thing, and I figured I'd break it up into 2 different areas, sorry. We have the sandwiches, cooked food, and desserts in this chest. We have breakfast plants, jars, and mugs in this chest. I'm gonna show you guys how to craft a bunch of these, all the different cool types of foods, and even how to make yourself some wine or cider, and how to use a stovetop here. It's really awesome, so come join me. So to start off, we have the sandwiches, cooked food, and desserts. Now, this part of the mod is actually really cool because it allows you to make burgers by simply taking any type of meat that you want and 2 breads. So if you want a fish burger, all you have to do is go ahead and put, all you have to do go ahead, put a cooked fish, which is disgusting to us Baccas. We're never gonna eat that one. We only eat raw fish. You get a fish burger. Next, you get a lamb burger by getting some cooked lamb and putting bread on it. You get a chicken burger as well, all the way down the line for beef, pork, even a zombie burger. And finally, if you make a beef burger, you can turn it into a cheeseburger by getting cheese, which is simply made by getting a bucket of cheese, which is made by smelting milk. So as you can tell, there are a lot of cool, different little types of burgers that you can make in this game, and or sandwich. I mean, really, it's awesome. Now, sandwiches are very similar in the fact that you just use 2 pieces of bread, but instead of using a type of meat, you use a jam. So you have grape, you could have a cheese sandwich, you could have strawberry jam, melon jam, or apple jam. Now, the way that you get jams is simple. You have to get yourself a jar, and you just combine it with whatever type of food it is. If you want grape jam, you get a jar, and then boom, you just put it with grapes and you got a grape jam jar. Now, the thing is, to make jars, really easy. It's 5 glass. It's very similar to how you'd make a bottle. So, like, it's kind of like how you make a bottle, but with 2 extra glass on it. So, realistically, very, very easy to do. So, overall, that's the cool part about this mod that I like so much, is that it's super easy to get all these different types of materials to make the foods. It's not like it's difficult. It's not a grind. It's in so many different options. Now, the burgers are probably the best of them all. All of them give between 8 and 9 hunger back, so that's very strong. The other ones are still good as well. Now, in order to make the next line of foods, this is why you need the brand new stove. So what you do is pretty much to make these different things. To make a lamb steak, you have to take lamb and put it in with rice oil. Now, rice is one of 3 new crops in the game. So you have strawberry, grapes, and rice, and all you have to do to get rice oil is you take yourself a good old nice jar or a bottle, and then you put a rice in it, and it literally just makes rice oil. It's that simple. So the way, once again, you make lamb steak is by putting a nice little pan to fry it on, a cooked lamb, and rice oil, and you get that. Next up on the list, you can also make yourself some cooked lamb simply by putting a lamb chop into the furnace. You don't even have to use the stovetop, so that's always cool. Now, the way you make sushi is a lot easier. All you have to do is put rice with raw fish, and you get sushi. I know Baccas love raw fish, so we're going to be eating a lot of those. Next up, we also have the taco, and the taco is a little bit more complicated to make. You actually have to go ahead and use a stovetop as well to put bread with rice oil, and then that'll give you the taco shell. And then once you get the taco shell down here, you have to go ahead and put it with raw beef, and you get a full-on taco. So that is always really cool, and it's just a little fun little thing that you can add on to your list of foods if you so choose. Now, next on the list, we have ramen, and ramen's pretty cool. The way you make the ramen is you take 2 carrots, a steak, and, of course, you could take yourself some fried egg, and you put it with a bucket of water, and you end up getting ramen. All of these heal a lot of hunger, anywhere between 8, 9, and even 10 hunger, so they're very, very useful. And these are some of the raw materials mostly used to make them. So like I said before, you need the taco shell in order to make the taco. You can cook squid meat nowadays, so it's kind of like a squid sushi. There's also cooked squid, which obviously heals more than does regular squid meat. Then you have lamb chops, which of course you use cooked lamb or lamb steak. And we have french fries, because why not add french fries? French fries are always a fantastic addition to any Bacca's appetite. So pretty much you got a lot of cool choices there. And oh, I should explain, french fries obviously are made from cooking up potatoes. So there is that much. But yes, and also there's mac and cheese too. Mac and cheese is fun. It's just made by using cheese, butter, egg, milk, and a empty bowl, and that's it. Now, these down here are kind of annoying in the sense that in order to get them, most of them, except for the chocolate bar, you have to go ahead and just find them as drops. So spider lollipops, eye candy, and potato cakes you can't exactly make, but however, you can make the first ones, which are apple pie and chocolate. And believe me, you're going to want to do that because they heal up a ton of health. The chocolate is made by taking sugar, cocoa beans, and milk, which is, you know, it's easy enough. And the apple pie is extremely difficult, however. To make an apple pie, the way that you have to do it is by doing 3 apple across, 3 wheat across, 2 flour, and 1 sugar. So yeah, it takes a while. And that right there's the frying pan, everybody. So to give you guys an example of how you would cook some of this stuff up using the stovetop, I decided I'm going to go ahead and make us all some scrambled eggs. So let's take the frying pan. Let's take a nice bucket of milk. And then let's get some coal, actually. Some coal. Got to put a little bit of coal into the stove there. And then let's go ahead and get an egg. Where are you? Where are you, eggsy doodles? There we go. GG. Then we throw him in there, and we just go just like this. And boom, it's going to cook us up some scrambled eggs. And that right there is how you use the stove. It's really easy. So that was the sandwiches, cooked food, and desserts part of the mod. Next up, we have a little intermission part, if you will. And that is that you can build hedges in this game that just look more aesthetically appealing than do regular leaves. So this is what a regular leaf looks like as compared to a hedge. As you can tell, the hedges are much more better trimmed and they look nicer. So all you do is just put 4 leaves of your choice in that order, just like that, and you get a hedge. And a cooler thing you can do as well is if you get the hedge, is you can put a dandelion next to it and then make a flowered hedge. And take a look at that, how much more beautiful it looks than regular leaves. It changes the mod just a little bit. Next on the list, we have the breakfast plants, jars, and mugs. And these right here are fairly easy to make, actually. It's not as bad as it may look. So we're going to start from the bottom up on this one. And the first things first, if you want to get a hot chocolate just like Bacca, all you do is make a mug by getting 3 clay, just like that, and then you just, of course, mix it in with your favorite type of chocolate and milk. So you go over to the stovetop, you put milk up here, you put chocolate up there, and then you put your mug right there where the frying pan is, and boom, you get chocolate milk. Or hot chocolate, I should say, sorry. Next up is the jam jar. These are my favorite to make because they're super easy and they're used for a lot of cool things like making, you know, like different types of jam sandwiches, which heal up a ton of health, mind you. They're basically, in this mod, the easiest way to get food hunger is making jam sandwiches. So, make a jam jar, just get 5 glass, put them like that. And then boom, you just literally put sugar with grapes and you get the grape jam. Strawberry is strawberry with sugar. You get strawberry jam. Apple, same thing. You can kind of follow along with the pattern here. It's not that difficult to make any of them. Now the wine is a little more complicated. You get wine or cider that made in the exact same way except one uses grapes and one, on the other hand, of course, has to use apples. So the way you do that is simple. You go over here, put the bucket of water right in there. And then once that fills up, you put the 4 wine in there at any point in time, and then boom, you have that. And now what you could do is you could take yourself an empty bottle, which is crafted like that, and you could put it right on in here, and, in here, and eventually, it'll fill up, and you'll be able to get some wine. It's like literally that simple. It's kind of cool, actually. So, that's how you make the wine. It's awesome. And then, what else is on the list next? Okay, next up we have the lunchbox. This is really cool. It's not edible, but it allows you to store up to 6 food in there. So you want to put some scrambled eggs in there, whatever you want. It basically just gives you 6 extra inventory slots, which is very, very useful, as you can imagine in Minecraft. You know, you're always running out of space. So, next up is a bento box, which actually, funny enough, is one of my favorite things to get at a Japanese restaurant, because you get tons of different foods, which is always, you know, delicious. All you need is some rice, raw fish, sticks, and you get a bento box. Next up is the bucket of cheese, which is made by melting milk, as I said before. Then, of course, you can just take the cheese from the bucket of cheese. Butter is made from rice oil and milk. Then you have flour, which is just 2 wheats. And the rice oil, as I explained, is just rice in a glass bottle. Now, before we get up to the rest of these things here, I just want to remind you all, the way you do that, or get those rice, grapes, and strawberries is simple. You literally plant them as if they were any other crop. So let's say we go to like this. You break it up, and boom, you got yourself some grapes. You can get grape seed like that. Sometimes you'll get a lot. Other times you'll just get exactly what you broke. See, that time we got the strawberries back and some seeds, so we were able to keep reproducing. That time we got 2 rice seeds, and we got the rice back. And then they just grow from there, just like any old crop. So there is that, which is very helpful. So that's how you get grapes, strawberries, and rice, and that's how you get the seeds as well. Next up, as I said before, there are tons of things you can do by using the stovetop. The way you make fried eggs is by putting rice oil with an egg on the stovetop and a frying pan. You get fried eggs. To make the omelet, all you need is 2 eggs and a pan. To make a scrambled egg, we already did that. Then there's fruit salad. Fruit salad is kind of just a solid medley of everything. To make these, you don't really need to cook it up necessarily, but the way that you'd go ahead and make a fruit salad is by putting 1 of each fruit except for grapes. So you need apple, melon, and strawberries over a bowl, and you get fruit salad. Heals up a lot of hunger, 6.5 hunger. Next up we have the chocolate muffin, which of course, how could you not love a chocolate muffin? It's chocolate paper, because you gotta get the wrapping going, wheats, sugars, milk, you name it. Now next to this we have French toast, which unfortunately for whatever reason the mod doesn't exactly tell you how to make, and it's not on the website, so I'm not really sure exactly how to get it. It might just be a random drop. Next up we have apple pancakes, which simply put, you put apples on top of pancakes, and you get apple pancakes. But you're probably saying, Jerome, how do I make pancakes in the first place? Because, obviously pancakes aren't exactly, one of the things that just come with Minecraft. Well, it's really easy. You go to the stove, you get a frying pan, you put an egg and some flour, and you get pancakes. It's that simple. And then finally we have bacon. I mean, it's bacon, it's not really difficult to make. You just use your oil of rice, and you use raw pork, and then you get bacon. And that right there, everybody, is pretty much all there is to know about this mod. So if you guys enjoyed the food mod, I know this one was heavy on recipes and information, but if you guys want to have a cool, unique experience by adding in tons of more foods to Minecraft and having some new goals, I guess, in cooking every single type of food possible, then try out this mod. I guarantee you'll love it. But apart from that, take care, everybody. Peace out. I hope you all enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next mod showcase coming up real soon.